Hey everybody, Joshua 6 Up Tabletop. Doing a different type of video today, kind of a set review, testing out products from a new manufacturer for me, and just seeing how they incorporate into my existing range that I already own. So the products I'm going to be taking a look at are from Brigade Minis. As you can see here, there's a couple, they sent me some of their pamphlets or whatever, but yep, there we go, brigademinis.com. This is not sponsored by them in any way. I have no affiliation with Brigade other than a commenter on one of my videos suggested that, hey, your artillery are looking a little out of scale, so I believe they mentioned Brigade Minis as an option, so I picked up a couple things, and yeah, I just want to review the metal reinforcements that I got. They're all soft wet metal. And as you can see here, on the left we have the 6-pounder, and on the right it's a Howitzer. These are both for the British. And I wanted to compare currently with the scale of what was provided in the Warlord kit. And as you can see here, it's quite a large jump in size, but I think it makes the cannons look better. It's probably more accurate. I think these cannons are like really, the ones in the Warlord kit were very small, and I think the crew and everything would look awesome even on these bases that I have. Yeah, it would look better with a more imposing gun. Yeah, so I'm happy with those. That was a great recommendation. I apologize, I do not know who recommended it, but yeah, had me take a look. So I went to Brigade, just bought a couple different things so that I could get one of their seller discounts, just to incorporate different elements into my army. I guess my criteria being whether I'm satisfied or not, what is, the sculpt's good or the no damage. And with metal models, I like to see some, design, some interesting design, some character to the metal models. They're going to be kind of the exception in my army, while most of it will be filled out by Warlord and Perry-plastic. And I want them to be in the same scale too. So I guess technically these are out of scale, but that was kind of by design on my part, because I wanted the guns to be a little bit bigger and probably more accurate to what the actual scale would be. So I have some Militia command, and I have some British command, and then I picked up just like a civilian model. So let's take a look at those. So this is the British regular command. This is either pack 1 or pack 2. As you can see, it comes with 6 figures. Just for the sake of the video and the contrast, I clean them up a little bit. Yeah, there was no complaints in terms of like having to clean them up. The molds and everything I was really impressed. Maybe I just had some bad experiences with Games Workshop in the past, but I guess for the price, yeah, they were very clean metal molds. Yep, so this is the British command. Let's take a look at some of the stuff we have here. I do like the style that they have. I would say that it's a little thinner, but that's okay to maybe some of the Perrys or Warlords. So the 2 flag carriers, that's good. And got a captain or something that looks pretty nice. I like all the detail. It's always impressive sometimes to remind myself how detailed some of these metal miniatures can get, and the passion that people have for crafting some really nice detail. So we got 2 drummers, so I'm probably going to end up like mixing these drummers into different kits just to spread them around, because usually I only use 1 drummer, and my bases have 4 models to them. So that's the British command, and let's take a look at kind of what they would look like next to the Perrys and the Warlords. It's pretty nice size comparison. They line up about head height. they match pretty well detail wise. Like I said, I mean the camera skews it a little bit with the angles, so it's not exactly what it looks like in real life, but it's pretty dang close. As you can see, yeah, it's some nice detail. I think it matches well. That's the Warlord. Zoom in on this. This is the parries. As you can see, the parries would probably be, like I said, a little bit larger, and the ones from Brigade Games probably they're a little thinner. But honestly, it's not a huge deal. I think that's fine. I mean, there's many different types of people, and who's to say that, you know, the soldiers wouldn't be all super well fed in Boston. So yeah, that's the British Command Squad. Let's look at the Militia Command. Alright, starting from left to right. We got this guy at the halberd pike. I got a drummer with a nice floppy cap. Got the flute. Oh, that's awesome. Got a standard bearer. Another standard bearer. And, you know, we got the brigade. It wouldn't technically be brigade, but it would be the leader of the unit. You know, I think it's an awesome sculpt. Shows like emotion. He's waving, charging, with the sword behind his head. I mean, I picked this one, this flag carrier holding this sword, kind of like swashbuckling motion. I think these are really good sculpts. Happy with what I paid for them. And then yeah, let's compare what I have with the Parry's command. So from what we can see here, I mean, it's kind of funny because these are almost very, very similar poses, except one, you know, is a sword down, and then one's the sword up. It's nice that man, I almost prefer I think I would prefer the one from Brigade Games. It's pretty similar, since this is Perry Brothers, to my comments I made for the British one. Yeah, I am paying definitely more per model for the metal figure, but that's okay to have it, you know, mixed up within different brigades for the game, having different figures and different types. I like the sword behind the head. Might have to bend that back a little bit more, but for size comparison and how they would fit in, I mean, I think this guy would and the other guys would fit in awesome for the militia, especially the guy who has the flute type of deal. That'd be fun to have him. Definitely mix these guys in probably in just 2 commands, because they would fit in so well with the other infantry that I have. Alright, let's take a look at the last civilian I bought. Alright, this is the last one I bought. It was kind of like their promo, I think, because they were saying, hey, you can, you know, buy this for a lot of different time periods. I think they just called out like woman on horse. Yeah, so there she is on the horse. It's 2 separate. I'm going to paint her separate and paint the horse separate. I just have a little sticky tack keeping them together. But yeah, sculpted turns out pretty good. She's going to be part of the townsfolk. In terms of comparisons, you can see how on his horse, right next to her, and you know, it's more looking at you know, the sizes of the horse. Her horse might just be, you know, a lighter horse, but from what I can see of how Brigade's incorporating this scale, at least with the Warlord one for the horses I have, yeah, the horse fits perfectly within scale, so that's good. You know, you don't want one being like, you know, there are different types of horses. You do want, you know, to try to keep everything grounded within scale. So I'm happy with that. It'll be fun to paint up. She'll just be hanging outside the tavern with the rest of the town folks. So this is Joshua 6 of Tabletop. Once again, no affiliation with Brigade Games whatsoever. Spent my own money on these. It was just curious, thanks to a viewer, see where I can get reinforcements in the United States of America, with shipping and the prices being what they are nowadays. Yeah, if you guys have any more retailers or anything along those lines in the US that I could take a look at. Be happy to just take a peruse. I was interested to try new manufacturers, metal or plastic. I think my overall review of just the process buying was easy. I would recommend Brigade Games if you're in the US, or if they sell elsewhere. I don't know that, but for being in the US, I'm happy to add these to my collection and to be wargaming with them. So this is Joshua 6 up tabletop, and got some projects going on behind the scenes, so trying to get those done. Got a commission I'm doing, so we'll see you guys later in the future. Thanks, have a good one.